The 49ers still have Deebo Samuel. Miles, that was the guy that I thought was going to get traded last night instead of Hollywood Brown and A.J. Brown. Deebo Samuel, according to The Athletic, drew an offer from the Jets for the 10th overall pick. That was the one we were all focused on, but there's more. 5th-round pick, but it was Deebo Samuel plus a 2nd-round pick. I mean, that's not even an offer. It gets back to the Titans offering $16 million per year for A.J. Brown. Like, why are you insulting us with this? Unless the Jets just thought they could steal Deebo Samuel. But if I'm Robert Saleh and I was with the 49ers, and I know that my boss in San Francisco, Kyle Shanahan, kind of runs the show, I wouldn't want Joe Douglas to make that offer. Because it's like, dude, I still have a relationship with this guy. I owe a lot to this guy. This is going to piss him off. This isn't going to lay the foundation for a trade. This is going to piss him off. They're going to slam down the phone. So if this is true, and I have no reason to doubt it, that is wild to me that that offer was made.
Well, Mike, this is what we were talking about the other day, where it's Deebo Samuel on the 49ers has a certain amount of value, but you're talking about a guy who missed half the season in 2020. So it's the injury concerns that may or may not be there, and you only have 1 year of truly elite production. So that's why, at least the way I see it, you might see an offer like this, right? Where it's not just, okay, well, we're giving you a 1st-round pick for this guy and da-da-da. Like, no, like you have to maybe get something in return as well, because it's like, do we really know exactly what Deebo Samuel can be? And again, like the Jets have probably one of the most comparable offenses in terms of offensive system to San Francisco, because a lot of those guys basically came from San Francisco to the New York Jets, right? Mike Florio used to have the offensive coordinator position for the 49ers. So like that, those things translate. However, I think when you know who Deebo Samuel is because you're in that building, maybe you have a better idea of what his value is really truly on the open market than other people, right? So I don't know. I mean, if that was a serious offer, then of course the 49ers are going to reject that. They're not inclined to trade him in the first place. And we said this the other day too, because Trey Lance is going to be their starting quarterback. And if you have a new starting quarterback that's in his 2nd year and hasn't started games basically since like 2019, then you're not going to want to get rid of your best offensive player. Okay. A.J. Brown, you definitely would say he's not their best offensive player. Marquise Brown, not Baltimore's best offensive player either. Tyreek Hill, you could argue that Travis Kelce is a little bit more valuable to that team because he blocks and he's also a receiver. So, Devontae Adams, yeah, he was probably the Packers' most important player. But like that, I think, is where the differences are in some of these teams that have gotten rid of their top receivers for draft picks and the San Francisco 49ers.
I'm not going to go conspiracy, Mike, and say that the Jets, at the request of the 49ers, made a light offer so that they could turn around to Deebo and say, what are we supposed to do here? We're not getting any big offers. But I will say it wouldn't surprise me if the 49ers deliberately leaked the offer that they got so that Deebo knows, look, it's not like somebody is making us an offer we can't refuse. We're willing to do business, but it's kind. I think it's kind of like what may have happened with Kyler Murray behind the scenes. We didn't hear about it, but the idea that no one was beating down the Cardinals' door to try to get Kyler Murray and making huge offers, at some point that humbles the guy who is the subject of the trade talk to think, I don't know, maybe there isn't this huge demand for me out there.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.